has a pretty...
Okay, so this is a Naruto what if. Naruto, basically, just Naruto, but overpowered as fuck. Yep, that's one of my 2 curse words in this video. I wasted it in the first 23 seconds. Anyways, so basically, Naruto will basically be the grandson of Madara, to explain why he has the sharingan gone, and that's the second curse word. I'm out of curse words. Anyways, so basically we'll just make him just a mutation to give him like I don't know, a fourth tomoe, and then Mangekyo Sharingan gone, and we'll also just give him wood style, I don't know, cause uzumaki is technically senju, but just with a ton of more chakra. Yep, that's it. That's literally it. And I'm not gonna do any of that stupid stuff where, Sasuke stays, which literally redirects the plot completely. I'm just gonna give him just a ton of overpowered stuff and make him more equal to other people. People and stronger. So, I'm not gonna majorly change the plot. I'm just gonna make Naruto have the upper hand against Sasuke, and also put up more of a fight in the fights that he generally lost or had to had to get help from Sasuke. Meaning that we're just gonna basically, so let's just cut to when he's 3 years old. Villagers are chasing him. He gets cornered and gets crucified to a wall, and every square inch of his body is filled with knives. Yup, that's how we're starting off the video. Pretty dark. Anyways, so basically, Anbu find him. He's just he's just uncrucified, then just thrown into a hospital, and the hospital kicks him out because you know why. And also, I forgot to mention, he's getting literally 30 times Kakashi's full reserves, meaning no Sharingan drain. So yeah, that's a lot. Anyways, let's continue. So basically, he then gets thrown into like the Hokage's office on the couch, and this continues a lot. It's not like daily, but it might as well be daily, like every 3 days, 2 to every 4 days. Some horrible crap like this happens, and just the general abuse to him it should be illegal, but you know, I'm also gonna be adding some political crap, cause why not? I guess I don't care what you guys think. I don't care if it's generic, and also I'm not gonna go with the basic. He wants to become Hokage. No. He just wants. I'm still trying to come up with other stuff. So let's just begin. No stopping. Let's just begin. So this is the first part. I'm actually gonna begin now. Anyways, so basically he's born, and then 4 years later, what I said earlier happens, and blah 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 blah. Basically, everything's the same in terms of the Nine Tails attack. Just Minato's stronger, cause because he has literally he has a sharingan now, and Kushina lasts longer. And also Minato lasts longer. And don't you dare put your head in the gutter. I mean by that they can tell Naruto more things when they have the Nine Tails claw through their chest. So because they have more chakra in this. So 4 years later, there's been dozens of assassination attempts. There's been like a nearly daily amount of villagers chasing him and doing literally the most horrible crap to him. And then basically he slowly but surely starts to find out, like, oh, everyone hates me, and he's gonna be a bit smarter in this. So he basically creates the very simple correlation of his birth being on the same day that the Nine Tails attacked, and there being a seal on his chest. Sorry, his stomach. There being a seal on his stomach. He assumed that the seal and the fact that he was born on that day was the reason, but he doesn't find out he has the Nine Tails inside of him. So he decides. So Jiraiya comes into the village and decides. And this was one of the days where the villagers decided, And also, they have like an entire room for voting for what they do to Naruto on those days. They voted crucify him for the 90th time. So they then chase him into a corner as they just chase him until he can't run anymore, or into a corner. Just you can change that part of the story if you want, and you can basically he just gets beat up. And also, I forgot to mention, he has red hair. Anyways, he gets his he basically gets beat the hell up. And then gets crucified, then gets every square inch of his body pierced with a combination of kunai and knives. Because kunai are smaller, and they can cover less area, meaning that there's more room to put more kunai. Yup, efficientized. Is that even a word? Anyways, they literally came up with ways to make piercing every square inch of Naruto's body with knives as efficient as possible. Great. And Jiraiya says, yup, I think he needs to find a way to defend himself against the 50 that the entire village. So he drops and he also sees the fact that all of the prices are for him are tripled, and also people kick him out of this store. The only non-canonical part, as far as I know, is the increase in money and payment. So he just decides, yup, I'm just gonna give him a book. 2 books. One for shinobi training, the second for just catching fish and stuff. So Naruto finds these books and throws away the fishing one, because who needs that when you're being charged like the equivalent of like a Nintendo Switch for every couple pounds of fish couple pounds of ramen you buy? Yeah. Anyways, so he takes the book and reads it because he wants to become a ninja. ninja as his goals change over time. So he wants to become Hokage still, but that's going to change at some point. Then he sees the leaf exercise. Basically, not the leaf exercise. He sees the I'm just gonna come up with my own exercise because I need a decent enough explanation for what happens next. Basically, it conducts chakra through a kunai, and you have to throw it and it has to pierce a wooden board, but it has to go completely through a wooden board. First, he does the leaf exercise, which the leaf just gets blown to shreds, like literally just it turns into dust, and then he decides to take a rock instead, and it cracks and then shatters. So he takes an even bigger rock and does the exact same thing and actually succeeds this time. And with that chakra control, he sends the kunai. It doesn't pierce all the way through, but then the target literally blows up and the tree behind it. He says, "Wait a minute." And he tries it. He tries punching the floor, but, and also, by the way, this ability is from the Uzumaki. He tries punching the floor, but before it makes contact, it creates a crater. It does damage before it makes contact with the object. So he tried it and punches like something, just punches a random tree, but like from a couple feet away, and the tree gets blown to shreds. And he has an idea, which he thinks won't work, but he just looks at it, conducts chakra to his eyes, and also this isn't the sharingan. And basically wherever he looks and focuses chakra at that like point in his eyes where he's supposed to be seeing, like if there's a tree to the left of his vision, he focuses his chakra to the left part of his eye, or like the left section, and focuses it where that part of his, you understand, and basically it basically just explodes, and he says, and he gets an idea. You know the Anya smile? He does that. And then he goes around to training grounds and look at people do jutsu, leave some hand seals, blah 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 blah. Then he attempts them, but tries combining them with that ability, but instead just uses the jutsu like normal. But instead of conducting chakra to his chest to fill it up with fire, like the fireball jutsu does, which he saw one of the shinobi doing, he instead focuses it to his eyes and his chest. Basically he focuses it to his eyes and conducts the chakra into the air, and basically the same thing, but instead of just exploding, then fire, or exploding, then literally a tornado of wind swords or something. Basically, it just depends. For wind, there's it gets sliced to bits until it gets sliced to bits so fast that it looks like an explosion, And as for lightning, it literally just gets a hole through it. Just a straight up hole through like tree after tree after tree after tree. It doesn't blow up, just a straight up hole. By the way, I'm trying to do this with the top of my head, and I'm thinking, basically, next, what he does. Huh? What was that? Next, what he does is fight. I need to go do something. Sorry. Sorry, there was an ant crawling on me, and I'm kind of germophobic, and I had to clean some stuff, blah, 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 whatever. Anyways, so, basically, basically, he tries and fights the shinobi. Basically, he makes a bet with one of the shinobi one of those days that he could beat him, as he's been training both his taijutsu and ninjutsu. And the shinobi says he doesn't know what's coming. And then they fight, and Naruto just obliterates him, as this is a genin, and Naruto has some of the most overpowered abilities. He has all 5 affinities. He has all 5 affinities. He has all 5 affinities, and also can literally attack at any time, any direction, and also all of his punches is literally just double punch, and you get the point. Anyway, so they do like standardized stuff. They start off with taijutsu, then ninjutsu, then genjutsu. Naruto is pathetic at genjutsu, even more, because he has even more chakra than before. So in terms of genjutsu, he loses 100%. He doesn't even know a single bit of genjutsu. But in terms of ninjutsu, here's what happened. The guy used fireball jutsu and combined it with a ninjutsu, and it just got crushed, since he can focus on multiple points at once. He just has to create a circle around he just has to create an imaginary circle around the jutsu, and then focus his chakra at that point. And then, basically, it just crushes. It basically just surrounds it in its own chakra, and just basically traps it, and then turns it, and then uses it against him, then combined it with lightning chakra. He also knows normal jutsus that's not using his kekkei genkai, the uzumaki kekkei genkai, which is just due to their absurd amounts of chakra, which they actually do have an actual kekkei genkai. And basically, he just gets obliterated. In taijutsu, he holds up a little less. He basically goes ahead, punches him, and then he swings back, as these are tuning. And then they start brawling. Just punch after another against each other. And basically, Naruto ends up winning. winning as eventually when he realized that this was just gonna go on forever, as it's been like 10 minutes of just punching each other, he decides to apply a little bit of chakra, and he just gets sent flying and says, "I quit. I quit my job if I'm gonna have to deal with these guys, with guys like that." And then they go and start out with genjutsu. And since this is an Uchiha, and and it's not Sasuke, it's not Itachi, it's no one important to the. It's absolutely not a single person important to the story, not including now. Now at this moment of the story. Anyways, it's just a random Uchiha. They fight a bit. Since he has so much chakra, he can't control it, meaning genjutsu don't work on him. Since he has so much chakra, just a stupid amount of chakra. So basically, he then just basically all the genjutsu doesn't work unless he physically touches him and conducts his chakra through him. He's in the genjutsu. He lost that one, but he won overall. Okay then. So now we move on to the academy. But that was like a year. This is like a 1 year time skip. Naruto has gone to unbelievable extents to the point where he can escape a mob. To the point where he can escape like 10 Chunin trying to not murder him, just crucify him to a wall and pierce every square inch of his body with dull knives. Because it's harder to stab someone with a dull knife, meaning that you're just gonna be ripping, kind of just like. Dull knives are just more painful than normal knives, okay? So then they go to the academy, and they do a small little test to see where everyone's level is at. First, kunai throwing. Naruto's decent at this. He can just use chakra to redirect it to where he wants it to be. So he gets a 10 out of 10. They threw 10 kunai and 10 shuriken, and he hit every single one of them. One of them on either a bullseye or very close to the bullseye, since only so many kunai and shuriken can be in one little dot. Sasuke gets the same score as Naruto. Then Sakura goes and hits none. Ino goes and hits half. How half? It kind of like pierces like the very, very edge, and the entire it's like it pierces a very, very, like the outer line, and the entire kunai isn't in the general area. And also, you don't have to hit a bullseye. You just have to hit the board. And bullseye is extra points. So just add an extra 10. Just add 1 point for every bullseye. Naruto and Sasuke got very close to a bullseye, because, what I said earlier. So everyone goes in the average score, like in just the land of fire. Any other shinobi villages in the Fire Nation as well are included in this. The average is two bullseyes and 5 shuriken hit. the board, meaning that Naruto and Sasuke got 20 points. Points are almost triple the average, and Sakura got as low as possible. And Ino got a 7th of it. Actually, no, a 14th of it, since I said half a point. So, basically, they then just move on into the next one. Ninjutsu. Basically, the way this works is you conduct chakra through the ground, and the instructors / Iruka and Mizuki conduct chakra through the ground as well to basically just see if you overwhelm them or how much chakra it takes to suppress to basically overwhelm yours. And then they just show off how many elements they have and how many jutsu they have. Sakura gets, and also they're doing it by percentage. By points, actually. For every, for every jonin worth of chakra, for every genin worth of, for every average academy student worth of chakra that they need to use to suppress them is 1 point. Sasuke gets 5 out of 10, meaning that he's the equivalent of 5 academy students. And also, if you go over 10, they're either going to deduct them if you do really bad in the rest, or add it as extra credit. And Naruto gets 100 out of 10 without even trying. He just stood there and just said, "Well, just might as well just push as much chakra as I possibly can to every square inch, since I don't have enough control to focus it at one area. And when he tries, and they say actually try, the ground literally shatters. No, the ground just gets obliterated. Naruto literally leveled 5 meters by 5 meters worth of land to the ground. Wait a minute. My brain is telling me that it was 10 meters by 10 meters because I'm too lazy to do the math. Meaning that he leveled 900 square foot worth of land. That is not good. That's definitely not a good thing. Anyways, let's move on. So, basically, since he just leveled 900 feet worth of earth, 900 square feet worth of earth to the ground, everyone just says, well, I guess I'll try. And they have to move since they can no longer tell whether they're destroying the ground or not. They move areas, then do it again for the rest of the students, and the average is 3 out of 10. And Naruto, Naruto got I'm trying to think how many academy students would it take to make a jonin. 10. He scored. Let's just say one academy student for every square foot. Or, sorry about that, or 900 academy students. 900. That feels too little for some reason. Sorry, it's not too little. That's way too much. Probably not way too much. Because he wasn't even trying. This doesn't include because he wasn't even putting all of his chakra into it. Because if he did, he would have just gotten exhausted and tired. And he was too tired to do that. Not just too lazy to go through that effort, basically. And then they do the elemental test. Naruto has 5 of every jutsu. Every dragon jutsu, meaning lightning dragon, fire dragon, water dragon, mud dragon, earth dragon, mud dragon. By the way, I'm just mud and earth, and that one is interchangeable, meaning mud dragon. Let's just say, and then wind dragon. And he also has like defensive versions, meaning that basically one of them is like for lightning, it's like a static shield. Whenever you if you get into it, you get shocked, meaning it's an offense. The best offense is the best defense, basically, in that situation. A mud wall for defense, a water wall for defense, a fire wall for offensive. That came out so wrong. Defensive as simultaneously offensive. And the wind just everything. Basically, anything that comes into the wind one just fades into nothingness, and then he can turn it into whatever jutsu he wants. And the other 3 is fireball jutsu, water ball jutsu, mud ball jutsu, wind ball jutsu. And don't get the wrong idea, he just spins his chakra, like just spins it and turns it into whatever affinity he wants. And also lightning orb, lightning ball. And also, as for the 4th, water bullet. You get it. Just all of the affinities, just bullets, and then just the same thing, but just add barrage at the end. Yep, that's all of his jutsu. Anyways, Sasuke just has kawarimi. I think that's its name in Japanese. No, fireball jutsu. Fireball jutsu, and they also test if they have the basic three, which Naruto doesn't have one of them, which kind of downgrades it and takes away some of the extra credit. Sorry about that. I by the way, I don't use Facebook. I am not a parent. You can clearly tell by my dying, decaying voice that I'm not sick, and you can clearly tell that I am not adult. And I also don't use Facebook. I'm just using my mom's phone. Anyways, basically, I'm sorry if I repeat myself a lot. They just fight. They basically just fight. Oh yeah, I forgot the taijutsu test. By the way, you can't use chakra in this. And they basically test your strength by making you punch a mattress. Because the Hokage was too cheap. Basically, too cheap. Actually, that doesn't make sense. A mattress would be more expensive than just some wood and hay. Okay then, so just basically a mannequin. You punch it, and basically there's a little thing, I don't know, that basically just counts how much strength you put behind it. Basically there's like a wooden block, and that basically just hits the floor whenever you punch it. And they have like a way to calculate noise with chalk or something, I don't know. No, when it hits the ground, it creates a noise, and however loud the noise was, that they basically gave you a score based on how many decibels, and it's 1 out of 100. And if you get like 101 decibels, you get 1% of extra credit. And then basically, Naruto goes first, and he gets 200 decibels, and everyone's ears are ringing. Great. Sasuke gets around 150 decibels. Everyone's ears are ringing again. Sakura gets 1 decibel. That's not realistic, but let's just go with it because Sakura's useless. And Ino gets 2 decibels. And the rest and the average is 60, and everyone just gets like between 50 and 70. It just depends on what you think. Shikamaru gets below 50, around 30, since he's a ninjutsu specialist and he's not even that strong or good at it. So then, basically, what he does is they just have sparring matches. The second best goes against the the best, and the third best goes against the fourth best, and the fifth best. I said that wrong. The second best goes against the first place, and third place goes against fourth place, and fifth place goes against sixth place, and so on and so on and so on. And also, when I said it wrong, I said second fights first and second fights third. And they're not fighting 2 people. They're just fighting one match for everyone. But Iruka is told by Anambu that the council decided to change it to the worst versus the best, meaning Sakura is just gonna get her she's gonna get beat the hell up. Basically, Naruto just one-shots her. That's it. And basically every 6 months they do this test, and every 6 months they do, it's pretty obvious. Every 6 months they do this test, and they just do the test. Okay then. So let's just cut 6 years later, or when they do the exams. Basically, Naruto fails because it's. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I want to add in something. By the end of that year, when Naruto's 7, Naruto's brought to the council, and the council just goes on a rant about, you're doing better than Sasuke. You should die. You should die for actually trying. You should die. And they try to allow Sasuke to sue him for damages somehow. And the Hokage is like, no, this is just stupid. We're not doing this. And They try, but even Danzo, which basically doesn't give a crap about the law, thinks this is stupid. And then, Sakura's mother, Sakura, I forgot her name. She's such a forgettable character. The blonde piece of shit. Damn it! I said a third curse word. Now this is gonna get demonetized. Oh well. Anyways, they basically just saw. Basically, this is how she is gonna sound. Just annoying as hell, like this. Just imagine that saying. Oh God, my throat. I feel like my throat has rotted 15 years just for trying to do that. Just imagine that speaking, that monstrosity, huh? If it sounds like a demon, literal fucking Satan. Anyways, she just imagined that noise saying this. How can Naruto be better than Sasuke? Naruto should always be less than everyone else. Else, I could take a shit in the toilet and it has to be better than Naruto. It should be illegal for Naruto to be better than anyone. Where? Yes, I made her cry. Over Naruto being actually doing something, just doing nothing, just being in the academy and actually trying to do stuff, and basically they just sabotage him. He could get the highest score nationally, not just in the Fire Nation, in the Earth Nation. Literally every, like the land of Earth, land of water, land of wind, just everywhere. If he did the best in every single country, they would still sabotage him to the point to make her worse than Sakura. And they don't want Sakura to be failing, since she's the son of one of the council members. Since she's the daughter of one of the council members, they made her the Kunoichi of the year. They couldn't make her ahead of Sasuke. That would just be too far-fetched. Totally not like the guy that literally created a massive crater in the ground. Just Chakra. Chakra's better than her. No, he's the worst in the class. But that guy, just because he has Zuchi at the end of his name, yeah, he's the best. That's basically what the council members said. And somehow it actually worked. Naruto's really disappointed. I'm really disappointed about this. What the fuck? Anyways. He is just like, why the hell is everything just unfair to me? At this point, I might as well just fail. I might as well have just failed at this point. Yep. They basically fight. Naruto's really upset over this, because this is, at this point, he knows that he's just being completely sabotaged. There is no possible way you cannot not find a way for this to be not a form of sabotage. And Naruto basically goes on through the rest of the year, ends up failing, because, they gave him literally literal Jonin level, tests. And the homework was Jonin level. Literally the most possibly complex part. Literally just the most possibly complex version. Complex possible things, making him fail, and Mizuki decides, I can use this, and basically he goes, gets the scroll, and just looks through it on the way. He just says, might as well learn a couple jutsu, and he also doesn't know it's forbidden. He finds Edo Tensei, and he says, that's messed up, and scrolls through and finds Kage Bunshin, which he already knew. Then forbidden uzumaki technique, chakra of a beast. I also completely made up this jutsu. The jutsu hand signs are Bor and Ryu. That's it. That is literally it. And basically, all they did. Basically, you're wondering what it does. Well, I won't spoil it. Naruto then tries to do it, and it literally just immediately works. And it's forbidden, because if a non-Uzumaki tried it, they would die. And then he thinks about it, and says, I read a book that said that Uzumaki was a clan. And it said in this scroll that only people with Uzumaki genes can use it. And he says, time to make my life less crappy. And basically, they just made a small Uzumaki house. And basically goes up to the council and says that all surviving Uzumaki clan members shall be treated with the utmost respect, and kindness. And by the way, this is a law made when the Uzumaki clan got massacred, and Kushina was the only survivor. Kushina and Mito, to be exact, was the only survivors, and blah 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 blah. I actually don't think they got massacred. They just died. I actually don't remember. I haven't watched Naruto in like a couple years. Anyways, basically, they just, sprawl, battle. And basically, he also found something that tests if an Uzumaki member isn't actually a member. He went up to the Uzumaki estate Kushina owned, just rips off a seal, then basically goes to the council and requests a meeting for the council and stuff, and basically they're all mad at him and blah 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 blah. But he then says what he says, and says exactly this. You know how you crucified me like a quarter, like who knows how many times? You know how you literally nearly massive murdered me, like infinite, an unknown amount of times, but definitely well over 100. And they all say, "What are you talking about?" And they stop laughing and realize, oh crap. They put the pieces together in their stupid little brains and said, "We messed up. Yep, we're dead. And they basically say, "Oh, what are you talking about?" And he says, "Don't play dumb." He then pulls out a sheet of paper that says legally no attacks done on any Uzumaki clan member shall go unpunished. Any attacks on Uzumaki members or any requests on attacks on Uzumaki clan members shall any related people that caused it shall be executed, shall be killed, and shall either be killed, shall either be investigated and tortured, or if they're a shinobi or a council member, shall be killed. And he says, he pulls out another stack of papers. They thought, and they said, "Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no," in their minds. All of them simultaneously, as it was a small, illegal contract that said Naruto Uzumaki shall be killed. Shall be assassinated by a random shinobi, just like a huge. You can think just any clan member or just anyone that would be willing to take that risk for the amount of cash, which was a lot. And it was signed by Sakura Haruno. Another one was signed by a few other of the civilian council, which, but I don't even know if the council is a thing. I just saw it in a lot of what if videos and just said, why the hell not? And he basically laughs and bites his finger to draw blood and sprays it on a seal that he took straight from the Uzumaki estate. And before he does this, he says, "Do you recognize this seal? It's a seal that only Uzumakis can unlock with their blood." He then draws blood, wipes it across the sheet, and the seal releases to open up two swords. One of the weapons that that Kushina just got in her will. And says, interesting. Now, here it says that you tried killing me, and the council screams, "It's forged! It's forged!" And then he says, "Check it. It looks genuine, serious. Tell me if there's any anomalies, any misspelling of your names." And they say, yes. There is a misspelling of my name. And they know that that's just a lie. The Hokage, any shinobi in there, can just tell by the shakiness of their voice. And basically, this means, and he says that he maniacally giggles. Legally, all of you should have been dead. He laughs hysterically. No. He asks the Hokage, what will he do? As legally, the council should be killed. And he says, I'm not doing it. Huh? He said. Naruto says, what? You literally created the in-law. You created that law. They have literally done dozens of human right violations. They raped me 15 times in my entire damn life. But if you're not gonna punish them for that human rights violation, and he says no. The reason's in part 2. Bye. Just kidding. I'm not gonna cliffhanger you like that. Psych.